speaking to Roman, he said that he was quite surprised actually in Andrew Tate's performance. He thought that Andrew Tate would. Were you surprised also?
Well, no, not really, because you only know how far you've gone back with your under them lights. You can do as much sparring, you can do as much road work, much bad work as you want. You only know when you're shot when you get under them lights. I've said it in the previous video. You only know you've gone when it's too late and there's nothing you can do about it, because there's nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. And guess what? You fucked it. But listen, Andrew Tate, what is he, 40?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, do they train a lot? Might do a few push-ups and press-ups and go running down the road, but it's a big difference when you're training to compete properly. And I think he learned that, but at the end of the day, I thought Chase DeMoor was a lot bigger man than him, mind you. He must have given a lot of weight away there, Tate. And fair play to Andrew Tate, he gave a lot of weight away. The man was just really too big for him.
There's a rehydration clause on Chase, there was as well.
Ridiculous. But I've got to give Andrew Tate a lot of credit. You know why? He was knackered after 2 rounds and he went the full course. Because I didn't think he was going to make the full course, but he kept coming out round after round after round, showed tremendous heart. But again, I think it was too quick for him. Too quick. He should have tested the depth of the water before he actually put his feet in it. At the end of the day, when you're messing with a big guy rolling and pulling and messing you around, it's bloody hard work, because I've done it. I've done it, and when you give weight away, what's Andrew Tate at, about 12 stone?
Yeah, they fought at heavyweight.
Oh no. Horrendous. I don't know who manages them or who's looking after them. But whether your opponent's any good or not, and you give that kind of size and weight away, you've got a problem. You're down 9-1 before kick-off. Pointless error, really, and it didn't do him much good. It's probably crippled the business completely, done the brand no good. Bad business, let's say the least. But listen, credit to both boys, and I've always said it, that ladder will not hold the weight of a coward walking up to that ring. So, big up to both boys. They did what they could. It was a spectacle, even though it wasn't a good one. But I'm a boxing purist, I like to see the proper stuff. But it's entertainment. If people enjoyed it, why not? But good luck to both boys. And like I said, he want a lot more work. I think Andrew Tate does and the other one does as well. But you can't make a silk purse out of a pig's ear, can you? And this is what they tried to do here, But can he come again, Andrew Tate, with his own size? I say he can. Can he come again with some right people training him, what's looking after him, with knowledge of the game? Who knows? Great personality. I love the Tate brothers. I like what they're about. They're truthful people. Like I say, good luck to him. I'm sorry it didn't go right for him. But was he entertained? Boxing way? Sadly not.
If he reached out to you, would you work with him?
Would I work with him? To be honest with you, I'm too old now for it, I'm just looking after my own sons, which is Tyson, obviously, Roman and Tommy, but if he ever want to come and sit down and come and do a session, he's quite welcome in our gym. There's a lot of work he could do with him, but when I looked at him about a few years ago, I thought this kid can actually fight. Too long a layoff. And I think they jumped into it thinking it was going to be easier than what it is. But when you got knowledge of the game, you know how long it's going to take to get you right. I don't know what his training camp timing was right. The length of the time he was trained, I just don't know. But again, good luck to both boys. They got in the ring, did the best they could, but it's not their fault that they haven't got any ability. But Chase DeMoor was just too big for him. And it was absolutely madness trying to put Andrew Tate in with a big man like that. It's like me putting a man in with Tommy in with a man 25 stone. What I'm saying? A professional athlete. What's training every day? And you can only expect the worst from it, can't you? It's like it is. But we'll see.
Been good to see you and Tommy and the rest of the family, of course, on the BBC documentary you've been doing, showing another side of your relationship. I believe also you got a podcast coming up, What the Fury, as well too. You and Tommy talking about the different topics of the world, which would be an interesting listen.
I'm not saying too much about that, but I tell you what, if you watch it, it's probably going to be side-busting stuff. A lot of good stuff went on. We enjoyed making a documentary through the BBC. It was absolutely fabulous. There was some absolutely very, very enjoyable parts in the full programme. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed all of it. Great experience. And I hope the viewing public enjoyed it as much as I did.